Thanks for staying with us, everyone. You're watching What Now? We turn attention now to Africa, where the Democratic Republic of Congo has accused Rwanda of killing more than 1,500 civilians in Eastern DRC since early December, amid a renewed offensive by the M23 rebel group. The violence erupted just days after the DRC and Rwanda signed a U.S. brokered peace deal on December the 4th. Despite the agreement, M23 rebels captured the key city of Uvira on December the 10th, forcing tens of thousands of civilians to flee into neighboring Burundi. Kinshasa claims Rwanda is backing the rebels and has deployed additional troops into South Kivu province, an accusation Rwanda strongly denies. The DRC says the M23's advance threatens strategic mining regions in Tanganyika, raising fears of further regional destabilization. For more on this, let's bring in our guest. He's an African affairs analyst and the publisher of Inside Watch Africa, Sheyi Adeyemo. He joins me via Zoom. Good to have you join us, Mr. Adeyemo.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Precious.
So this conflict in between DRC and Rwanda continues to escalate. I mean, just what do you make of the latest escalation, with DRC saying that over 1,500 people have now been killed?
Frustrated. As an African, we can't continue to have this kind of situation across Africa. I mean, what we have in Sudan, what we have in Somalia, and all over Africa at a time like this is something that is frustrating. It's unfortunate that we allow things like this to happen. For whatever reason, the genocide that happened, and one had expected that all of us will have done whatever it is we could have to make sure that we get this unfortunate situation out of the way. Because again, the most vulnerable are the ones who bear the brunt. Women, children that are Africans, and as far as I'm concerned, have the same blood like mine running through them. And unfortunately, we have continued to inflict this kind of pains on them. And in my own opinion, there's no reason under heaven to justify this pain that we have continued to inflict on ourselves.
So the rebels have continued to gain more territories, which now brings the conflict to the doorstep of neighboring Burundi. The latest territory that was
of Rwanda, but truth be told, it's been a regional fight. Uganda has been accused and been said to be involved in it, and Burundi, and the rest of them have always been. So, in my own opinion, nothing major would be different from what has been happening for years. It's been for too long, and that's my worry. And when we examine this kind of thing, what it means is for this long, some people have lost their livelihood. They don't have a life to themselves again. Whatever gain, whatever benefit, whatever score that is trying to anyone is trying to settle, this is obviously not being thought out very well, because the most vulnerable of Africans are suffering for this unfortunate situation.
And I agree with you, absolutely correct on the fact that this war has been a regional war. I think it's just Uganda that doesn't have its troops on ground. South Africa just recently put out their own troops from that war. But what is missing is just direct confrontation. But I also wanted to speak to the latest comment coming from the United States. The U.S. ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, has accused Rwanda of leading the region towards increased instability and war. And they say that they are putting measures in place to ensure that all sides comply with the recently signed agreement. And then they also say that they have tools at their disposal to hold account spoilers of the peace. What's your reading of that statement?
I'm hoping that that will work. As much as I am not comfortable with seeking help from outside, and when I say outside, I mean outside of Africa, whether it's the US or whoever, clearly over the years, history have shown us that whatever they do, they always do not because they truly are interested in doing anything for our good, but it's for their good. But unfortunately, at this junction, we need help. We need help so that this um, unnecessary killing of ourselves will stop. It's unfortunate because when they went to sign the agreement, I was one of those who was looking forward to it working. I said, I'm one person, because of what I've seen, I've heard, I've read. I'm not really comfortable with getting help from outside. But this time that we are in right now, we need whatever help that we can get because Rwanda has continued to refute the fact that they are the ones championing this, although there are very strong evidence to show that they're very, very involved historically. They're very, very involved because of what has happened, because of their genocide and how the Hutus and the rest of them have continued to kill themselves. So my take on this is for once, whatever the US is able to do would work so that we can all sit at the table and talk more reasonably about this at the end of the day so that we can stop killing our people because that is the end result and it's not a very good thing for Africa. It's unfortunate, like I said, this is happening in almost all the regions and it is not something that an African like me expect to continue.
And Mr. Demo, just staying on the point that you're making, because there have been a series of ceasefire agreements and even peace agreements signed by all sides, and most of them have, if not all of them, have failed. And even now, the one brokered by the President Trump is also at a risk of failing. I mean, what is the way forward exactly in ensuring that peace returns to Democratic Republic of Congo?
If I will be honest with you, at this junction, I think something is definitely wrong with us as Africans. It seems that we don't understand that whatever gain or whatever win we get now, we don't seem to be futuristic and be holistic in the way we look at things. I'm one person that believes that President Kagame is probably one of the best of African president that we have right now. But I must confess that I'm not happy with the way he has handled this particular case so far. I believe that something better can be done. They can be, and we're talking about his people. We're talking about people that is known forever, that he has relationship with. You can't settle or settle any wrong by doing wrong. And whatever it is that is trying to, whatever point he's trying to make, I would want to appeal to him that he should look at it in another way and do something different from what is happening right now. Because truth of the matter is, the death of one person is bad enough, not to talk of the number of Africans that we have continued to lose. Truth is, I can't really profile or expressly say that this is the best way to go about this. Because, I mean, how do you talk to someone who continually said he's not involved? And when he was asked whether his troops were on ground, he said he does not know. And they said, oh, you're the commander in chief. He said, yes, I don't know. So how do you appeal or how do you advise such a person other than to just pray and hope that whatever it is that he feels is trying to settle, he will be able to see it from another angle that is beneficial to all. Because right now, this is obviously not a good representation of the African that we all look forward to. And him being a very significant leader, probably one of our best as well, because of what he's done with the economy of Rwanda, I think he will do better in the way he has handled this so far.
Well, the last hope now is a U.S. peace plan. We hope that for somehow President Trump can save whatever is left of it. Thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure to have you on. Publisher, Inside Watch Africa, Sheyi Adeyemo.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right, that's World Now. For more updates on the stories with it, look at today and more international.